Welcome. Tonight, this story is for the ones who are hungry. The ones who can feel something pulling at them, even in the quiet of their own home, even with everything they thought they wanted already in their hands. The ones who have been called by something that does not yet have a name. If you are inside your Rahu Mahadasha, this episode is for you. If your Rahu period is approaching, this episode is for you too. And if you have lived through one already, and remember the years of hunger, the strange foreign pull, the late nights when you could not say what you were chasing, you are welcome here as well. Before we begin, give yourself a moment. There is no hurry. The whole night is yours. Let your shoulders drop. Just a little. Notice the weight of your head against the pillow. Notice the soft warmth at the base of your skull where the pillow meets your hair. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin. Notice the small, soft rise and fall of your own breath, without trying to change it. You don't have to do anything for the next half hour. You don't have to follow this perfectly. If your mind drifts, that is part of the listening too. Take a slow breath in through your nose, and let it out through soft lips, longer than the inhale. Again, slower this time. Let your belly rise gently as the air comes in. Let your shoulders fall as the air goes out. And one more, letting your jaw soften, letting your tongue rest gently behind your teeth, letting your eyebrows unknit, letting the small muscles around your eyes go quiet, letting your hands open very slightly where they rest beside you. One last breath. Let it be the slowest one yet. Notice how the air feels at the tip of your nose as it comes in. Notice the small pause at the top of the inhale before the exhale begins. Notice how the body, when given permission, knows exactly what to do. Good. Now settle in. In the old Vedic tradition, the night sky was mapped into 9 influences. 7 of them are bodies you can see. The sun, the moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter,
Venus,
Saturn. The other 2 are not bodies at all. They are points, mathematical shadows, places where the path of the moon crosses the path of the sun in the geometry of the heavens. These 2 shadow points are called Rahu and Ketu, the north node and the south node. They are the 2 halves of one ancient story. In the old Sanskrit lore, they were once a single being, a great cosmic dragon called Svarbhanu, who tasted the nectar of immortality and was cut in 2 for it. The head became Rahu, forever hungry, forever reaching. The tail became Ketu, forever letting go, forever dissolving. If you have listened to our Ketu episode, you have already met the tail. Tonight we sit with the head. Rahu is the north node, the point of beginning, the point of hunger, the point in your chart that says, here is what you came to taste, here is what you have not yet had your fill of. In the Vedic understanding, Rahu is the planet of obsession, of foreign places, of intoxication, of ambition that will not let you sleep, of appetites that may not even know what they are appetites for. Rahu is what calls you out of your village, out of your inherited life, out of the comfortable shape you were born into. Rahu is not bad. Rahu is not good. Rahu is hungry, and the hunger has a job. Pulls you across waters you would not otherwise cross. It walks you into rooms you would not otherwise enter. It teaches you how to want, how to fail, how to rise, and eventually, how to recognize what you actually came here to find. In the system called Vimshottari Dasha, each of the 9 influences holds the steering of your life for a number of years. The sun for 6, the moon for 10, Mars for 7, Rahu for 18, Jupiter for 16, Saturn for 19, Mercury for 17, Venus for 20, and Ketu for 7. Rahu's stretch is one of the longest, 18 years, a whole arc of life given over to one teacher. The teacher who says, you have not eaten enough yet. Come and see what is on the other side of the bridge. Now imagine this. You are standing on the edge of a wide, dark river. It is night. You have lived all your life on this side of the river. You know the village behind you, the streets, the names of the dogs, the faces in the windows when the lamps come on. This side of the river is everything you have ever called home. But across the water you can see a single small lantern. It is not on a boat. It is not in a house. It is just hanging, somehow at the edge of the far shore, glowing very faintly across the dark water. You cannot see what is around it. You cannot see who lit it. You cannot see whether it is calling you or just happens to be there. But you cannot stop looking at it. You understand, in the way you sometimes understand things in dreams, that the lantern is the work of your Rahu. It is the thing that has been tugging at you quietly for months or years before you noticed. It is the foreign shore your soul came here to step onto. It is what you do not yet have. And the rest of this Mahadasha, all 18 years of it, is the slow work of finding out what is around that light. Some part of you will resist the journey. The village is comfortable. The faces are kind. The path you were walking before Rahu arrived was perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with it. But the lantern does not stop glowing. So one night you push your boat into the water. This is the first phase of Rahu, the leaving. There is a second image worth holding tonight, alongside the lantern. Picture a marketplace at dawn. A real one in a city you have never been to. The lamps are still on from the night, even as the first gray light arrives. There are spices in open bowls along one wall. Their colors are the colors no one in your village ever cooked with. Saffron, sumac, fenugreek, dried rose petals. There are languages overlapping in the air, none of them yours, and yet you can almost understand. There are old men playing a board game on a wooden crate. There are children laughing at something you cannot see. There is the smell of bread you have not yet tasted. You walk slowly through this marketplace. You do not have to buy anything. You do not have to belong here. You are just walking, looking, breathing in a world that has been here all along, that you simply did not know was waiting. Rahu is the part of you that suspected this marketplace existed, even before you knew its name. The hunger that wakes you up at 4 in the morning is the hunger to walk through this marketplace. Not in a metaphor, sometimes literally. Many people in their Rahu Mahadasha do, in fact, end up in marketplaces in cities they had never planned to visit, looking for things they cannot articulate. Both images are doing the same work. The lantern is what calls. The marketplace is what is across the water when you finally step off the boat. In the first phase of Rahu Mahadasha, in roughly the first 3 or 4 years, you may begin to feel restless in places that used to feel like home. Conversations that nourished you suddenly feel small. Routines that anchored you suddenly feel like cages. People who knew exactly who you were start to seem like they are talking to an older version of you that is no longer fully there. This is not betrayal. This is your soul packing its bag. You may begin to notice, in this phase, a strange new tug towards something you cannot yet name. Maybe it is a city you have never visited but keep dreaming about. Maybe it is a field of work you were never trained in. Maybe it is a person who looks nothing like the people you have always been drawn to. Maybe it is a teaching, a tradition, a body of knowledge from a culture that is not yours by birth. Maybe it is just an inarticulate hunger that wakes you up at 4 in the morning and asks, "Is this all?" Rahu loves the foreign, the unfamiliar, the thing that is not your inheritance. So whatever it is calling you toward, pay attention. Don't act yet. Just notice. You may also notice, in this first phase, a strange new vividness in your dreams. Places you have never been. People you do not recognize. Conversations in languages that feel familiar even though you do not speak them. This is not nothing. The Rahu Mahadasha announces itself first in the inner world. Pay quiet attention. Don't try to interpret. Just witness. In the second phase, in roughly years 4 through 7, you begin to move. You make a decision. You leave something. A job, a city, a relationship, a religion, a script you had been following for as long as you can remember. The leaving may look reckless from outside. It may look impulsive. It may worry the people who love you. But inside, it feels like the only honest move. You are following the lantern. This is the phase where Rahu people often relocate, change careers, start something risky, fall in love with someone unexpected, or commit to a path that nobody in their family has walked before. Some part of life that was settled becomes unsettled. Some part of identity that was stable becomes a question. This is also the phase where the Rahu energy can intoxicate. Be gentle with yourself. The hunger is a teacher, but it can also overwhelm. Sleep matters. Quiet mornings matter. Old friends who knew you before, even if you cannot relate to them the way you used to, still matter. Don't burn the bridges behind you. Just cross the river. This is the phase where money may behave strangely. There may be sudden money. There may be sudden loss. Both can happen in the same Rahu Mahadasha, sometimes in the same year. Try not to attach your sense of self to either. Rahu is testing whether you can move forward when the water is rough. The answer is yes. The answer is always yes, because the lantern is still glowing, and the boat does not depend on the weather. In the third phase, in roughly years 7 through 12, you arrive somewhere new. The work has begun to bear fruit. The career change is starting to take shape. The new relationship is becoming a real life. The foreign place is starting to feel like a kind of home, although a stranger and more porous home than the one you left. You are different now than the person who pushed the boat into the water. But here is the thing about Rahu. The lantern does not stop, even when you reach it. As you stand on the new shore, you may notice another small light, even further away, glowing faintly. The hunger is not gone. It has only been temporarily fed. This is the great teaching of Rahu, and it lands somewhere in this third phase. The hunger is not really for the thing you thought you wanted. The hunger is for the becoming itself. Some Rahu people figure this out in this phase and pause and finally rest. Some keep chasing. Either is all right. The Mahadasha is patient. This third phase is also when you may begin to be sought out. People who are still on their own first shore see you and want to know how you crossed. They ask you for advice. They ask you to write the manual. Be careful here. Your crossing was your crossing. Their lantern is not your lantern. The most generous thing you can do is share the story honestly, including the parts where you didn't know what you were doing, and let them choose their own boat. In the fourth phase, in roughly years 12 through 15, the disillusion begins gently. You look at the things you achieved during this Rahu period and you notice that some of them, the ones you fought hardest for, no longer feel as urgent as they did when you were chasing them. You notice that the people you became friends with through ambition, the colleagues, the contacts, the network, fall away if you stop running. You notice that the new self you constructed has its own seams and limits. None of this is a tragedy. It is the beginning of integration. You may also, in this phase, begin to feel a quiet pullback toward something old. An old practice, an old language, an old friend you have not called in years, an old prayer you used to say as a child. This is not regression. This is the soul gathering what it set down for the journey. You may notice in this fourth phase that you have less interest in being impressive. The hunger to be admired, which Rahu fed for so many years, finally begins to subside. You start to value being understood over being admired. This is one of the most underrated graces a Rahu Mahadasha gives. The world rewards admiration. Your soul rewards understanding. Eventually, after many years of being rewarded by the world, you remember what your soul actually prefers. In the fifth and final phase, in years 15 through 18, you complete. The hunger that powered the whole Mahadasha softens. The person you became across all this work is now simply who you are. You no longer have to fight to be them. You no longer have to prove that the leap was worth it. You stand on the far shore in the morning light. The boat you arrived in has been quietly gone for years. The lantern, the original lantern that called you, has burned out, but you cannot remember when. You walk inland into the new life, and the village across the water is no longer a place you compare yourself to. It is just one of the many places you have been. 18 years of hunger. 18 years of crossing. 18 years of becoming someone the village would not have recognized. There is something I want to say before we move towards sleep. If you are inside your Rahu Mahadasha right now, please hear this. The hunger is not a flaw. The ambition is not a defect. The pull toward the foreign, the new, the unsanctioned, is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is the work of an ancient cycle, doing exactly what it came to do. Saints and traders and rebels and scholars throughout history have all walked this same river crossing. You are not alone in it. You are not exceptional in it. You are participating in something the soul has done many times. The exhaustion that comes from chasing is real. Honor it. Sleep is medicine during a Rahu Mahadasha in a way it is not during gentler periods. The body burns more during these years. Feed it well. Move it gently. Let it rest deeply. The shame that sometimes comes with wanting too much or wanting the wrong thing or wanting the thing nobody around you wanted is not yours to carry. The wanting was assigned. You did not choose it. You only chose how to walk with it. The losses that come during a Rahu Mahadasha, the relationships that strain, the friendships that thin, the family expectations that break, are not failures of character. They are the natural cost of crossing a river. Some weight has to be left on the old shore for the boat to make it across. The achievements that come during this Mahadasha, the moves up, the public recognitions, the new circles are not the point of the work. They are scenery. The real work is internal. The real becoming is invisible. Most of what Rahu actually gives you, you will only recognize after this period is finished. Be patient with yourself. 18 years is long. The hunger thinks it knows the timeline. It does not. The Mahadasha will work the way it works. Your job is to stay honest, stay rested, and keep crossing. There is one more thing worth saying tonight, about what Rahu asks of you in plain words beneath all the metaphor. Rahu asks you to leave the unconscious life, the life that was handed to you, the life that you would have lived simply by following the script your family, your school, your culture, your circumstances had drafted on your behalf. Rahu does not ask politely. Rahu yanks. The yanking is sometimes called crisis. The yanking is sometimes called opportunity. From outside, both look the same. From inside, both feel the same. Rahu asks you to develop, by hard practice, the muscle of crossing. The muscle of saying yes to the strange. The muscle of stepping into a room where you do not know the language and staying long enough to begin to understand it. This muscle, once developed, never leaves you. It is the foundation of any deep adult life. Rahu asks you to become responsible for your own becoming. To stop waiting for someone to give you permission to be different. To stop waiting for the perfect moment when leaving will be easy. The moment will not come. The leaving will not be easy. Rahu does it anyway through you even if you resist. The cooperation Rahu asks for is the cooperation that makes the leaving less painful. And Rahu asks you to forgive yourself, eventually, for everything you did during the hunger. The mistakes, the hurt feelings, the relationships you couldn't sustain, the decisions that look strange in retrospect. You were under instruction by something larger than you. Be gentle with the version of yourself who did the crossing. They were doing their best with a powerful wind in their sails. Let me name a few of the gifts that arrive at the end of a Rahu Mahadasha. Not the costs. The costs are well known. The gifts are quieter and need to be named. The first gift is a wider sky. By the time the 18 years are finished, you will know more of the world than you would have known otherwise. More cultures, more languages, even if only a few words, more kinds of people, more ways of cooking, mourning, celebrating, sleeping, working. The wider sky is yours forever, cannot be taken back. The second gift is the loss of provincialism. You will no longer assume that the way your village did things is the only way, or even the best way. You will hold your origin gently and with affection, but not with the unconscious certainty you once had. This makes you kinder, oddly. The wider sky teaches kindness toward people whose villages you have not visited yet. The third gift is courage. You will know, by the end of the Mahadasha, that you are someone who can leave, someone who can leap, someone who can begin again. This knowledge, once installed, is a permanent feature of your character. It will steady you in every later season. The fourth gift is the recognition of hunger as a temporary engine, not a permanent identity. You will see, in retrospect, that the hunger was the wind that carried the boat across. Not the destination, not the meaning, just the wind. After the crossing, the hunger softens, and you will not miss it. The fifth gift is the friendships that survive the crossing. The few people who walked with you all the way through, who knew you before, during, and after, who did not require you to be one fixed thing, are precious in a way that is hard to describe. Treasure them. Tell them so. The sixth gift is the recognition of what you actually wanted, beneath the noise of what you said you wanted. By the end of Rahu, you know yourself. Not the curated self. Not the social self. The hungry self, fed and quieter now. This is the deepest knowing. The seventh and final gift is the freedom that comes from having tasted enough. After the Mahadasha, the world stops glittering quite so loudly. The marketplace is still beautiful, but it is no longer the only place. You can sit on a porch with tea in the afternoon and feel completely satisfied. You can hear about new opportunities and politely decline. You can walk past a lantern in the distance and not feel obligated to chase it. This is the gift Rahu gives you only by leaving, the freedom to stay. So tonight, as you let this episode carry you toward sleep, set the boat down on the water. The boat will wait. The lantern will wait. The 18 years are not finished tonight, and they do not need to be. Breathe in slowly through the nose, and out slower still through soft lips. Breathe in, and out. You are safe. You are held. You are exactly on time. If your Rahu Mahadasha is ahead of you, you are being prepared. The version of you that will push the boat into the water is being made now, in the quieter days, by every conversation and every choice you barely notice. Trust the preparation. If you are inside it now, you are crossing. Some nights the water is calm. Some nights the wind is loud. The boat is sound. The boat has crossed many such rivers before, with many such travelers in it. Trust the boat. Trust your hunger. Trust your tiredness. They are all teachers. If your Rahu Mahadasha is behind you, you are already wiser than you know. Look at your life now and see how much sky there is in it. See the languages, the cities, the foods, the people, the ways of being you would never have known if you had stayed in your village. That was Rahu's gift. You earned it the long way, which is the only way Rahu lets you earn it. Let me leave you with a few quiet truths. You don't have to remember them. Let them just pass through. You are allowed to want. Wanting is not vanity. You are allowed to leave. Leaving is not betrayal. You are allowed to fail at the foreign thing. Failing across the water is more honorable than succeeding in a village you should have left. You are allowed to be tired. The crossing is long. Tired is not weak. You are allowed to look back at the village without guilt. It made you. It also no longer holds you. You are allowed to set the lantern down for one night. The lantern will be there tomorrow. It always is. You are allowed to be wrong about what you wanted. The wanting was the engine. The wanting was not the truth. The truth comes after. You are allowed to be soft even during a Rahu Mahadasha. The crossing does not require armor. It requires breath, sleep, and one steady stroke at a time. You are allowed to ask for help. The boat is yours, but the river has carried many travelers. Old Rahu people, those whose Mahadasha is finished, are some of the kindest guides you will ever find. They remember. They will not romanticize what you are doing. They will simply tell you what helped. You are allowed to stop comparing yourself to people whose Rahu Mahadashas have not started yet, or whose Rahu Mahadasha placed them on a different river entirely. Your crossing is your crossing. The duration, the difficulty, the destination are not the same as anyone else's. The lantern lit for you was lit specifically for you. There is nothing you need to figure out before you fall asleep. The river is dark and slow. The boat is steady. The lantern can wait. Tomorrow the morning light will come back. It always does. The kettle will come back. The small ordinary kindness of waking will come back. And the crossing, when you return to it, will be one stroke further along than it was today. That is enough. One stroke further is always enough. Let the breath get smaller. Let the room get further away. Let this voice fade into the soft hum behind it. Notice the weight of your body in the bed, the temperature of the sheets, the soft sound of your own breathing, the dark, steady night holding the whole house, the dark, steady sky holding the whole house, the whole street, the whole city. You are safe. You are held. You are loved by something older than your hunger. The hunger is not a flaw. The crossing is not a punishment. The 18 years are not happening to you. They are happening for you. Rest now. Let the breath get smaller still. Let your face soften. Let your eyelids feel heavy. Let the small muscles around your jaw release. Let the small muscles around your hands release. Let the small muscles in your feet release. Let the part of you that is always reaching for the next thing release. Just for tonight, just for one quiet night, into the bed and into the dark. You are the boat. You are also the river. You are also the lantern. You are everything the crossing is making, and you are also already whole exactly as you are before any crossing has been done. Both things can be true. They are. Imagine, just for a moment, the river outside your bedroom window. White, dark, slow, patient. The boat is tied for the night. The oars are dry. The lantern across the water is steady. But it does not need anything from you tonight. It is simply there. It will be there when you wake. If at some point in the night you stir and feel the old hunger rise up, just notice it. Greet it without arguing with it. Tell it gently, we will keep going in the morning. Then turn over. The hunger is not a problem to be solved at 3 in the morning. The hunger is just a passenger in the boat. Can rest too. You have done enough today. The river has carried you a little further. That is sufficient. 18 years of crossing is built out of nights exactly like this one. Many small rest. Many small breath. Many small surrenders to sleep. The big arrival, when it comes, will be the gentle arithmetic of all these quiet nights. May your sleep be deep. May your dreams be kind. May the morning find you both hungrier and freer than tonight, in whatever combination your soul most needs. Good night, friend. Good night.